Yeah, Gilbert Arenas, man. What he said is making his rounds, and he knows how to go viral, man. I don't know if y'all heard this yet, but I don't 100% agree with his premise or what he said at the beginning. But they was talking about, man, how the heck are we gonna fix this scoring outburst in the NBA? How's the NBA gonna fix this? What are they gonna do? And this was Gil's answer.
I know what they can do. Get rid of all the Europeans. What? You just said it. You just said it. You go to college to learn defense.
Yeah.
What college do Europeans go to?
I'm with you. No, I didn't say
Right?
get rid
They
of
don't
them
go to
altogether.
college
Special
whatsoever.
talent.
They have no athleticism.
Give some
They
come
have
over.
no athleticism.
They all come over.
Hold
go to
on.
Arizona.
They have no athleticism, right? They have no speed, no jumping ability. They are a liability on defense. There's 150 Euros in the league today. Name the top 10 defenders.
No,
None.
I'm with
right? Just the Rudy Gobert and Greek the Freak. Other than that, they're just offensive players. They're not defensive players, right? So the NBA took away aggression. They took away aggression to open up the Euro League. When they first started getting here, it was too rough for them.
And they didn't make it.
They didn't make it, right? So eventually, they softened the rules. They didn't soften the rules for the Americans. They softened the rules to open it up international. So when they're saying the Euros is going to run the league in the next 5 years, why do you think that? More threes, passing, cutting. This is not our league. This is not the American style. This is the Euro style. So, drive in, suck the defense in, pass the ball to the three-point line. It's a three-point shooting league because they're copying Euro style. Suns, right? What was the biggest thing the Suns didn't do? Defense.
100%.
Ole, let's score. Boom, let's go.
Right?
7 seconds.
7 seconds.
Now, everybody, we don't want to foul so we can go try to score. That was the whole thing of D'Antoni. Right? That is what the league was created off of, to have more of those guys in so they can expand the business.
Make it a global game.
So,
global game.
You remember pushing global game? How they going to have a global game if it's too physical and too athletic for them? So they have to figure out ways where they can exist inside of the game.
Wow.
Right? Create more opportunities, bring in more shooters so they can survive. So these guys can become shooters.
He cooking.
No, that makes sense because when
they're not ISO players. Like, who was the best Euro to have handled?
No, I swear that makes sense because when he was just talking, I'm like, man, it feels like a lot of the issue is like the game is like a 3-point game now. So it's like everybody just shooting. Nobody's really applying too much skill to get to the basket. So when everybody's shooting, you really ain't got to guard a motherfucker because they shooting from the logo or they shooting from 5 feet behind the 3-point line. So that make a lot of sense.
So besides him starting off by saying get rid of the Euros, because I know he didn't mean that. I know that was just for shock value, but he got everybody's attention with that. Obviously, that's not a solution. Obviously, nobody in their right mind would agree with that, right? I mean, for what? I mean, they contribute greatly to the league. Like, this league has been enhanced by that type of diversity and that type of different style of play. Like, I mean, we fell in love with Ginobili and we fell in love with that Euro step and all this. Even though the Euro step was something that had been done before he made it famous, but Ginobili really made it famous. So yeah, we love the fact that, you know, the league is diverse like that. However, the part that he is right about is that Adam Silver has admitted that he created an environment for the league to be less physical and where more skilled players can flourish, which puts the defense at a handicap. And they created a league where more scoring was the goal, right? This is what they have admitted to doing, right? So with that being said, and everything you just heard Gil say, man, what's y'all thoughts?
Who want that first?
Not me. Not me. Okay.
Nope. All right. I'll be that guy. Okay. Listen, I don't think that we should get rid of all the Europeans.
Of course not. Of course not.
Okay? We are sponsored by Manscaped and Underdog Fantasy. I don't think we should get rid of all the Europeans, but
please don't get rid of them.
Yeah, please. Now, to Gil's point, this game has been compromised, I would say, for a while. And when I say that, I'm saying compromised because it has not been about the actual skill or the actual game for quite some time now. When we see teams score 150, 160 points, and we still seeing them being on the losing end of basketball games, there's something gravely wrong. But that's exactly what it's catered to. The European style has been more skill-oriented, I could say, but completely less physical than it has been, if you want to say skill. But the truth of the matter is, as many points as you can score, that's exactly what they want, because points are entertaining.
Yeah.
3-point shots from the logo are entertaining. So let's incorporate more of that, less deterrent of that, and we're going to get as many international fans. It's a business. It's a business move that has worked, honestly, because a lot of people are watching now. It's a business move, and it's worked. The only way that I see, which, to be completely honest, I don't see it happening, because the style of play has become what people expect basketball. This past couple of weeks, I've seen people going back and playing 90s clips of Jordan and Ewing and saying, how can y'all watch this? And y'all saying that we ruin basketball. You know, they doing things of that nature, forgetting the fact that none of these dudes now are playing any defense. So it's like, it's a layup line. Everything is a layup line, so you can score 150 points. But I think, to Gil's point, while I don't want to get rid of the Europeans, I do think a more physical style of defense has to be played to even the playing field at least a little bit. I know it's not going to stop, because the refs, they're conditioned for this. You get what I'm saying? They're conditioned to call the game a certain way. They're conditioned to play the game a certain way. And so it's going to take a couple of years, even if they do decide to change some things.
What it really is the Globetrotters and who was they playing? The Generals? That's what it is. Like I said earlier, if I told you right now, because we just, and we'll talk about this later, we just seen LeBron score, you know, he's the only person that got to 40,000 points, right, in the NBA. What if I told you that Curly Neal from the Globetrotters also had 40,000? Would you be impressed? No, because you know they was just letting him get the points. Like the Globetrotters game was created for him for players to entertain, and nobody was really trying to stop them from scoring. It was just a contest of who can score more. You know, that's all it was. So would I be surprised? Would I be impressed if one of the Globetrotters scored 40,000, or one of the N1 street ball legends scored 40,000? No, that's not impressive. That's not real basketball. So what we're watching now in the NBA isn't real basketball anymore. So I'm not impressed by the numbers. I'm not impressed by the stats anymore. Anything that you've gotten in a league where they admitted that they took defense out, I can't be impressed by none of those numbers.
Yeah, understand.
Let me give you something to think about. Gil, a wild boy, first of all.
Wild boy.
Yo, shout out to Gil. With no chill. But let me give you something to think about. Is it coincidental that as the rules were changing to be a more offensively driven Euro-centric play style, that the U.S. stronghold over the Olympic Games deteriorated?
That's a good point.
No, it ain't no coincidence at all.
Not a coincidence.
Exactly. So you're making the NBA a more Euro League style game because you're trying to make it worldwide. I get it, but then now you're in the advantage that the U.S. had over every other team was the physicality, the dominance, and everything. Well, you're not even playing like that anymore. So now you're trying to beat them playing their style of ball, and you're gonna lose every time.
Which is crazy, Jay, because that's not their style no more. They don't even play like that no more in Europe. They play like more of an old school NBA style, like 90s in Europe.
It was like in wrestling, WWE, something like that. They when the good guy was the good guy coming in and the bad guy was the bad guy coming in, and then something happens and now the bad guy's the good guy and the good guy's the bad guy. They call it a double turn. Yeah, that's kind of what happened between the NBA and the rest of the world. And we say Euro style, but they play the same style in Asia. They play the same style, worldwide.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't get rid of anybody, man. I think you fix it by bringing in guys. You start drafting guys that play defense. And then if no one else is playing defense, somebody gonna get tired of just getting their cookies took or whatever. Because even now, when you look at these young kids, right, in high school right now, it is more embarrassing to get crossed up than it is to get dunked on.
That fix is gonna be hard, because if they are drafting defenders, they can't put them on the floor based on how they call the game, right? Like it's defenders out there. Like, I remember when I mean, put it this way, this is the real fix I think should happen, right? And it's got to start from it can't just be a rule change. You can change a couple of rules, but that's not going to do it. It's going to be the direction from the NBA to the referees. They have to tell them that this is what we don't want to call it, and this is what we're going to call. They have to abandon the idea that this is only for entertainment, and we want our star players to to get the benefit of the doubt and get star calls and all this crazy stuff. Man, call that thing fair down, and whatever happens. Don't try to dictate which team advances, and because we're starting to see right through that rigging of how they rigging the games, man. And it's not fun to watch when you see somebody get shafted, even if it ain't your team.
Right.
Just watching players and teams get shafted because they want the Warriors to advance. I watched the Kings get shafted last year. It wasn't fun to watch, man.
Hey, man, like that's the fourth time you said the pause, bro. Like, God, dog.
You watch them lose.
Yeah, come on,
with
man.
help from the refs.
They did get shafted, though.
Yeah, they
did get shafted, though. They did.
And you watched it.
Yeah.
He doubling
It was on
down.
TV. I mean, it was on TV. It was on TV. But no,
be comfortable with that word, didn't he?
but I think as far as rules though, I think we got to think about the rules that they made because they wanted to see points. They just implemented a rule called the take foul because they didn't like that we could stop a fast break with a foul. So now you get a take for fouling someone that's going to stop a fast break because the NBA is saying we want to see fast breaks and dunks. So don't foul people when they take off. That's a take foul. They put in years ago defensive three in a key because they didn't want a big man standing at the rim impeding people from getting straight run-ins to the lane for layups, right? And of course, years before that, they took the hand checking out. Like those are three major things right there. But that shows you the direction that the NBA wanted to go in.
And it was the unsung hero in all of that too is the daggone the zero step in the billion travels a game. Like that causing people to pick up their dribble and travel was good defense.
Yeah. That's a good point, Carlos. This might be a good opportunity for another league to emerge and give us real basketball again. And who knows, they might take some NBA players and they might switch over. You never know.
I think that'll be the thing that forces the hand of the NBA, because if you don't have any competition whatsoever, there's no incentive to change. There's no incentive to do anything different. We're going to do what it is that's winning. But I think Mel said this years ago when we were talking about, hey, in order to incorporate change, we need to combat the powers that be.
Facts.
We're not even going to get onto the topic of the NFL and the things of that nature, which I'm glad that the XFL and USFL are starting to merge. But if you have no competitors, there's no reason for change. I remember when NBA Live was the best basketball game until 2K.
Man, what?
Yeah.
Boy, you couldn't, man. Live 05, Live 06, Live 04, like live. And then, like you said,
man, you was born in 06.
I know.
Y'all gonna get enough being disrespectful about my age.
My bad, man. No disrespect.
Let me get Eric and Chris thoughts on it, man.
Young ass.
That's his thoughts on it right there.
Me personally,
looking ass.
Even though I growing up and kind of like this new age league where it's more about scoring than anything, I still do appreciate the good defense because I started watching basketball around the time there was still good defense being played, right? And just the other day, I think it was the Wolves and somebody, and that game was, I think it was Wolves and Clippers, and the final score was 89-88, which was the lowest score this season for a winning team. The previous was like 93 or something like that. Everything else has been over 100 for winning teams this season. That's ridiculous because I remember it was a rare occasion when a team got 100 points in a win. It was usually 80 points, 90 points max, and it was always a defensive battle. And I think the league has gone away from being sports to more of a television show. It's more entertainment than it is anything else, right? And the people say, oh, well, the show is getting boring because I'm not seeing anything. There's no glory in defense. Defense is the gritty underside, it's the trenches. There's no real pretty shiny stuff when it comes down to defense. All the shiny stuff is the acrobatic layups, the deep 3-pointers, the dunks over whatever. So when the league realized like, hey, we're losing traction because there's nothing attractive about the game, let's go ahead and take away the ugly part of the game. The ugly part of the game is still what makes the game beautiful, right? I appreciate defense because it's effort, right? And without the ugly stuff, you can't appreciate the body of work as a whole.
Yeah.
Hey Mel, I'm ready.
Okay. All right.
Man, that was like a 20-minute take, man. Damn. Man, asked him one question. That man gave a whole soliloquy out this.
I like good word. Good word, E. That's a good word right there.
Hey, man, you know what? Hey, it's the same old thing, man. Offense sells tickets, defense wins games, man. The NBA is concerned about selling tickets, man. They want it to be entertaining. They want people to watch. So if from a business aspect, I get it. Defense don't get a lot of picks, but defense wins games. So if they not playing defense and you are playing defense, you got a good chance to win, man, especially if you can play on the offensive side too. So, I mean, I get it. I understand the business mindset of it. And I mean, there probably won't be nobody else getting 40,000 points like LeBron, but I mean, I get it.
I mean, is that true though? With the 40,000 is a lot of points. If somebody is able to match the LeBron longevity, which I think is amazing in itself. This is not a LeBron hate show, regardless of the commenters. If somebody's able to match that longevity with the way that the game is playing out, if there are no changes, you don't think somebody else gonna get 40,000?
I don't see nobody else staying as long as LeBron staying. I honestly, I think that last championship LeBron should have retired personally.
Yeah, 15 years.
What, the one from earlier this year?
No, not that one, not the fifth one.
Yeah,
my bad. I didn't know.
Not the fifth one.
DC Slim said you need PEDs and EPO to get 40,000.
It ain't even came out yet. That new PED.
When they won that one in the box, they should have. He could have retired then, bro.
Yeah, maybe not. I mean, he still had some level. He was only 35 then, man. And I mean, it's like Dirk played 20. Kobe played 20. Like, and he came out of high school, so I get it. But I'm with Zoe. The way the league is as far as it being a Harlem Globetrotter league where they're allowing you to score. It's just a scoring contest. The environment exists for someone to get 40, but like Eric said, whose body's going to hold up that long and who also wants to play that long? Like you got to want to play 20, 21 years on top of your body's got to be as durable as LeBron's body has been, and they don't make them like that.
Well, go ahead. If the way the game is being played now, if it stays on this plane or even goes further in the direction that it's already headed, right? You already take out the most aggressive part of the game, which is defense. That's the most aggressive part that the body has to deal with. You take that out, and all it is you just chucking up shots. That's not as hard as playing. And so you take out. So it's not.
But still, who's gonna want us play that long? Like look at Steph. He jacked shots up just as much as anybody. And he ain't nowhere near. He ain't even nowhere near 30,000.
He would barely make it if he made every single shot in his career. He would barely make 40,000.
Also, got to remember how many injuries that Curry dealt with in his time as well.
Yeah.
Right. And it's just ankle injuries. Like, so that's what I'm saying. Like, you gotta have a player who wants to play 21 years on top of be physically as imposing as LeBron as well.
Yeah.
And I don't think it'll take 20 to get to 40,000.
Like, do you like Luka is on pace to break all of LeBron's record, but do you think chubby Luka is gonna play 21 years and hold up?
No.
As long as he keeps not playing defense, possibly.
Hey, you know what? And you know what? It's gonna be the ugliest 40,000 you ever seen.
There it is. Hey, we need to start getting like a little buzzer or something, man. Somebody in the comments was waiting for it. E.
Hey, the phone lines is open, man. Y'all can call in and weigh in on what y'all think about
the other part that y'all hadn't talked about is how prevalent sports betting is, and the role that's gonna play on any of it.
That's gonna be bad, bro.
It's gonna be terrible.
Y'all remember that movie? What's that
Blue
movie?
Chips.
Blue Chips?
Nah, Owen Wilson was in where he got frozen in the capsule, and like 1,000 years later he came back and everybody was dumb.
Oh yeah. Don't nobody know the name of that movie, but yeah.
That's how the NBA. That's how the NBA gonna be in about 40 years, man. We gonna look at it and be like, man, what the heck? People gonna be betting during the game. Players gonna be betting. You know, it's gonna be a cesspool, man.
Yeah, it is.
DC Slam, what's up, big dog?
Oh, there he is,
fellas. First of all, hey man, don't be dipping for no week, man. I'm telling you, man, we that ain't work out this week. All right, you know what I'm saying? I literally ain't had nothing to watch. Yesterday, y'all heard me, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting there smoking all the good and just flipping through YouTube, ain't find nothing to watch. So please, man, please don't do that again. If you need a substitute teacher, your boy is right here. Okay, so that's that. Yeah, but look, let me throw something at y'all real quick. I think with this basketball thing, I'm about to go deep balls for y'all. All right, I think y'all overthinking this, man. I think basketball is basketball. It's been rigged. And look, the Jordan fans ain't gonna like me saying this, right?
All right,
but Jordan is kind of responsible for this too with the Pistons thing. So, like y'all was talking about, defense is so boring and ugly. It's really not going to sell tickets, right? Because you got to understand, man, ain't nobody coming to see you just score 4 points a game. So that's the business part. As a fan, we're not looking at it from that standpoint. I think the NBA is bad, but I don't think it's like trash, like terrible. I might say that sometimes. I don't think it's that bad. I just think a bunch of us old dudes, and I don't know how old a lot of y'all is, man, y'all need to get over the times be changing. You're not going to get 93 defense no more. Not only that, it's too many athletes to play defense. Man, you couldn't stand in front of some of these dudes if you tried. So a lot of that got to go into play too. I don't think it's just you. I don't think you can blame one particular person. This been going on for years. The NBA been rigged forever. So, that I'm just going to be honest, man. That's what helped Michael Jordan be what he is. That's why he was so popular, because they attached their wagon to Michael Jordan and created a giant. So, I mean, this is a touchy subject for real, fellas, because this more got to do with business than anything, man. And I don't want to hate on the youngins. Like, I watched Ant-Man last night, that Minnesota game. I mean, the game wasn't bad. It's just fast. You know what I'm saying? But get off your front porch, fellas. You're not getting that 93 defense no more. So stop asking. Just deal with what you got and try to appreciate it for what it is. Because I'm trying. I think I'm coming around with that nowadays. Just being a hater. You know what I'm saying? Because we can always just keep finding something wrong to say about the NBA. But it's just too many athletes. I ended with this. You got too many Jordans in the league today, as far as athletic-wise. It was only one Jordan. Everybody plays that way, so you really can't play no defense. And these youngins, man, we got to talk about the attention span of people. Whew, boy, they don't understand basketball, so they only there to see stuff. So you can't sell a product, a smart product, to a bunch of dumb people. You know what I'm saying? Like I tell you all the time, man, you got stupid people with smartphones out here. You really think they're going to understand what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Love the show. Best fucking show on the jump. Peace out, fellas.
All right, bro. Thanks, man.
Appreciate you, Slim.
Did he make a good point? Are we asking for something we never gonna get back again?
No, it's over, man.
I think it is. I think we're dealing in nostalgia, but it's like because it's like we know that we can get it hurts because you know we can get back to this, right? It's right there. It's just that nobody wants to do it.
It's not profitable. If it's not profitable, they're never gonna do it.
Mel, how many? What's the take limit for Chris?
Sheesh.
hey, whatever the take limit is for me is however many limits you got coming in and out the stream.
Damn, man. Take limit for Chris, man.
Wait, hold on. That's a good question. But both of y'all got good questions. So Chris, you tell me how many takes you want, and then Eric, you tell me how many exits and enterings you want.
I only had one, man.
This episode so far.
Yeah, and we 30 minutes in.
hey, I got a 6-hour show, man. Hey, I can't go.
Yeah, you're right. Hey, you're right. Last week was crazy. Hey, y'all, we not doing that again. We love
I told y'all it was gonna be a super show from all the topics we had. Y'all ain't want to believe me.
Man, I drove all the way down to San Diego. Y'all still had a show tomorrow. 8:30 at night.
Hey, we're gonna do better. We're gonna do better, man. We'll take one more call before we move to the next one, man. We'll take one more call. He said Luka can get 40K. He got to play 21 years, and with that fat suit he wearing, it's gonna be real tough, man.
It's already been 6. It's already been 6. As in the words of E, some of the ugliest basketball we've seen over the last 6 years.
And Luka played a lot of professional ball. His body is not going to withstand 14 more years of playing at a high level. It's just not. He's physically not going to be able to do it.
No, and he said he didn't want to anyway. And like, you know, I think he loved beer and cheeseburgers too much to stay disciplined for 21 years. I mean, the last person I seen withstand or withhold from something that he loved was Lawrence Taylor. And that man said he didn't smoke crack his whole career. As soon as he retired, he went straight to the block and got a 20. So, I mean.
Yo, imagine Lawrence Taylor on crack. On the field. Do you see him on the field? Imagine him if he had his vices. I don't know. That man would have killed somebody.
Hey, shots to LT, man. Not crack. No shots to crack.
Yeah.
He the GOAT, though. He the GOAT, for sure.
Man, look, hey, it's a bunch of young girls happy as hell. LT is off the joint.
Oh man. All right, man. We'll move, man.